And away we go. It is the Nightcap right here on BearcatJournal.com. Brought to you, as always, by our good friends at Galactic Fried Chicken. Make sure you go to www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Download the app, Android, iPhone, everything Galactic. And make sure you stop down in Dayton, Kentucky. Tell them to pump it up and get yourself, as you know, 15% off. Aaron, this was today. This tweet just popped up in my timeline. Best fried chicken I've had in years. Galactic Fried Chicken in Dayton, Kentucky. Been there twice in 2 weeks. The guy lives 2 hours away. That's
pretty good.
Yeah. How good does your chicken have to be if people are driving from 2 hours away? That guy is Galactic Fried Chicken is to that guy what like Buc-ee's is to me.
That's certainly some headspace to be living in.
So that's how good it is. Like there's a testimonial. I just thought I would share that after it showed up in my timeline today. Sure. I thought it would make for a good ad. Hashtag ad. If that guy's driving 2 hours, you live in Cincinnati, people. You can get there in like 20 minutes.
Accurate.
All right. We're getting back on our grind in terms of getting these position previews, summer position previews done. We got away from it a little bit. We got into some other things. We got into some entertaining stuff. We got into some laughs. But you don't want to start something that you don't finish. So I think we've got four positions left in football, and then 2 left in basketball. Yes. So we're gonna work here over the next week or two to get those knocked out, and then as we get into by the time I leave for vacation, I want to have those done, and then when I get back from vacation, we're going into July, and then it's just about go time for football season, which like we're 2 months away from camp, from Higher Ground. Probably less than 2 months away, depending on when the start is.
Pretty excited.
Yeah, we're winding our way through the off season.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do tight end today. You know, we should have done. We should have done names in a hat. Like that's a thing here.
We already said next season we're doing that. Yeah.
All the names in the hat. It just popped in my brain again. That way, you know, it keeps us on our toes a little bit.
We also
tight end
wouldn't lose track of what we've covered and what we had.
I had to send you a text today. I've had so much going on between, you know, traveling and Kelly and all the content here and radio. I was like, what have we done and what have we not done?
I think we got it.
I think we did. I think we did do linebacker. Didn't
They'll
we?
let us know. Yeah, we 100% did linebacker. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Linebacker, DB has been done. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver has been done. So offensive line, defensive line, tight end, special teams, power forward, 4 position in basketball, and center. Oh, did you see the picture of Sage today?
I did not.
It took me. Hold on a second. Hold on. Before we get started, I got to do this. Hold on. And remember, I've been around Sage a lot. Like,
whatever it was, he didn't retweet it. So
no, it was on the Go Bearcats account. It was just from they started workouts today.
Okay.
There you go.
When did he become a man?
That does not look like Sage Colantino.
When did he become a man?
Right? It took me a second.
Okay, Sage.
So when I first there was 4 pictures, so it was just thumbnails, and I was like, "Is that Vic? Like who that?" And then I popped up, like I enlarged it, and I was like, "Oh my god,
he doesn't look like the skinny kid from Hamilton."
Yeah, he's not a baby boy anymore.
No, and the facial hair is a good touch as well. Well done, sir.
Yeah. Somebody's like, he looks like he's getting bigger already. I'm like, calm down, Eric Lilly. Calm down. He's only been on campus for like 2 days. Rayfeld, that's not even, Rayfeld hasn't even started the process with this kid yet.
The last time I saw a picture of him, like an actual picture
he did
of him,
not look like that.
He was committing.
Yeah.
And he did not look like that.
Not even close to, he didn't look anything like that.
No.
I don't even think he could grow facial hair when he committed.
I agreed. I think he had his first mustache. And he's baby boy's grown up. He is a man right there.
I was shocked when I saw that picture.
Yes.
Shocked. All right. Let's get to tight end in football. That just popped in my brain. I was like,
that's fine. I'm here for it. I need that content.
That one blew me away. And since you hadn't seen it,
yeah,
we had to put it up. All right, let's get to tight end. This room, I mean, pretty self-explanatory at the top, right?
Sure.
Josh Wiley is working his way back from a broken foot that he broke in the final 2 minutes of the Cotton Bowl. So we didn't see him in the spring, but he did plenty of work on the side, and
we can finally say it is his last season.
This is. I mean, he would technically, if he wanted it, I think he'd have a COVID year if he wanted it, but he ain't coming back. And I don't think he would have come back if he didn't break his foot. I think if the foot would have been healthy, he would have, seen what the draft process was all about and probably been the 10th Bearcat drafted. Which would, I know, right? Like it's what? This year, in 1 year.
God. I can't imagine the thank you card we would have had to send UCF for double-digit draftees.
God. So Josh is back. I expect him to be full go by camp. I mean, he was mostly full go in the training stuff and the workout stuff with the staff he was doing during spring football. It's just there's no point in risking it.
Sure.
So you've got Josh, you've got Lenny, you've got two NFL caliber tight ends that you're going to have the opportunity to play a lot of 12 personnel with. We'll see how much they do it this year. They didn't do it maybe as much as we thought they would last year.
I would agree with that.
Because you're taking a wide receiver off the field. I just think with a new quarterback, you want your safety valves. You want your guys that can make plays and move the chains and be reliable. So you couldn't possibly be in better hands at the tight end spot with Josh Wiley and Leonard Taylor right there, running that room.
No, and you bring that up as far as not running that 12 personnel very often. I think that at the same time, this upcoming season, you're going to have whoever's your running back better have hands.
Yeah.
For the same exact reason, right?
Yeah.
You want to
check
have as many checkdowns as you can possibly have. And so I think that's going to be a big part of who wins that starting job at running back is you're going to have hands because whatever quarterback is back there is probably going to want to have that option available often.
Yeah. So, Lenny's going to be the dual threat, the guy that can block and be a factor in the running game while also being a guy that's out in the routes and running the route tree. He had a really, really good spring in that role. He looked comfortable stepping in for Josh and being the number one for all intents and purposes.
I mean, that's the second spring in a row, though, that Lenny's done that, right?
Right.
So, I mean, this is old hat at this point for Lenny Taylor.
Yeah. And then there's the third guy who.
Are you more excited? Is there anybody else on this team that you're more excited about for the next 2-3 years than Shimon Mateer?
Maybe Evan, maybe now Corey Kiner. But the answer probably is no, there's not.
Maybe JQ.
Maybe JQ. That's another one that jumps in there. This kid has a chance to be special.
Star.
Special. Size, speed, hands. He works. He's a good kid. Everybody loves him. this spring was eye-opening for him. Like you always talk about, like what guys are gonna
Elevate.
take those steps. Yeah. And the new phrase, Aaron, I hate. I've seen this a bunch in basketball. It drives me nuts, but I'm going to use it here. The video game reference. He leveled up. It's corny. I don't love it, but he leveled up in spring football.
Well, the problem is many of these people who are using leveled up are our age, so that we know what it means. The kids these days don't really know what leveling up is unless you're talking about Fortnite, which apparently isn't cool anymore. So
they play it's you level up in Call of Duty and
you like prestige. You prestige in Call of Duty. Okay. Don't get it twisted. Okay.
Well, you still level up technically. It is what it is.
It's fine. Not going to get caught up in those semantics.
But he took a step this spring, a giant step with Josh out that let everybody know I got next. Like,
well, and anytime Brady has posted those speed, anybody with the speed measurements weekly, when he's been measuring those, his name has not just appeared once, but every single time,
every week.
He is always on the speed measurements as far as your top guys,
top 5, top 6 every week,
and then
running up hills, running on flat land. It doesn't
matter. But then we were concerned if that was going to translate to the field.
It does.
It absolutely does. I believe he had 2 touchdowns in the spring game.
He did, and so he had. I joked. I wrote about him. I think every practice I went to.
It's hard not to.
Something that I had to write about.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
I cannot wait. We've talked about this before with him. I think they're going to find packages for him. How do you keep the kid off the field? You can't keep him off the field.
Well, one, you have to get him ready because Josh and Lenny are going to be gone. You have to get him ready. So I think that's part of the factor. But the other factor is, like, who do you put on him? He has the speed of an outside receiver and the size of a
tight end,
of a damn monster truck.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he has all of the prerequisite measurements and numbers.
Basically, he's a blocking tight end that can he's Gronk, right? Like, he's a polar bear out there running with speed. Like, you shouldn't be doing these things physically. You shouldn't be able to do both the blocking tight end role and the
outside wide receiver, right? Like, down the seam, run past this safety. And the safety's doing? Like, what the hell was that?
I don't know that there's anybody especially in conference, that's going to be able to shut him down.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how much they can get him. And look, we're spending more time on him because he's the new name. He's the fun new toy. Like, Josh and Lenny are NFL tight ends.
They're going to get things done.
A lot of money in the NFL. We're not talking about them less there's no disrespect there. And we're not saying Shaman should play over them. We're just saying, oh my God, the guy that's got next has next. If you follow, if you catch my drift.
Well, and for the first time that I can remember, you have a suitable replacement if Lenny or Josh go down, right?
Yeah.
And that hasn't been a thing over the course of the last 2-3 years.
I would also say, moving beyond them, Peyton Singletary was hurt a little bit, or was dinged up a little bit at the beginning of the spring. So we didn't get to see him a ton early. But as he got back, he looks like he can, in that Josh Wiley outside pass catcher, running wide receiver routes, the K position, as they call it. I'm getting more and more confident that when he has his turn, he's going to slot right in next to Shaman and give you 2 guys that can, again, put you in a position to play a lot of 12 personnel and hurt teams with the ability to have 2 tight ends on the field that are really, really good.
Tight end hasn't been always a sexy position for the Cincinnati Bearcats. They've they've certainly had some dudes. Don't get me wrong, but the
Yeah.
depth that they are beginning to create in this room has been astounding.
Well, we don't even know anything yet about Caleb Schmitz. You know, that's another one that a great looking prospect. When he came in, he was injured this spring, so we didn't get to see him and get a better feel for him. But there's another guy that, you know, might slot in down the road. Like, you're probably not going to see much of him this year. Maybe he can find his way in on a couple special teams. But the reality of the situation in that room is very, very good. No additions in 2022, but they're looking to have a monster 2023 with the two guys they've got committed.
Yeah, between Jackson McGohan, who's had lots of interest from a lot of big schools,
and also Kamari Anderson, who has had a lot of interest,
equal interest
from a lot of big schools.
Right. So they should definitely again just creating more depth in this room that I don't know that this room has been quite so deep.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. All right, I know you gotta get over to the PTP.
Yep.
That's the tight end position. We're chopping down the number of positions we've got left to get through. That one was a layup. Not a lot of intrigue in that. We kind of know how that goes.
Yeah.
So that's why we got that one tonight out of the way, so you can get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. It's the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
Sit.